Although he has played at the biggest clubs in Europe and is still listed among the top 50 most expensive signings ever in football, Artur Melo is still far from becoming a household name. Even though he's only 26 years old, Artur has had some shocking transfer window experiences. But how is it that Juventus are struggling to get rid of the once proclaimed next Iniesta? Let's start with the simple facts. Artur Melo caught the eye of European scouts while playing for Grêmio, a Brazilian club in 2017, which he won the Copa Libertadores with. Clubs such as Chelsea, Atletico and Barcelona were interested in him, comparing him to the likes of Thiago Alcantara and even the great Andrés Iniesta, who was headed off to Japan in the coming season. Now, it's no secret that Barcelona has been a financial mess for quite some time and seem to be debt-ridden without fail, yet somehow are still able to make transfers like there's no tomorrow. Keep this in mind as this will come back to haunt Artur later on. In early 2018, Barcelona signed the midfielder for €31 million plus €9 million in added variables. And in his first season at the Camp Nou, Artur did a solid job as a central defensive midfielder and was suited to the Barcelona style of play, with Xavi even praising Artur by stating, "I see myself when I see Artur on television. He's a very quick thinker, has a natural talent, but most of all he has a lot of room to improve through training. He is already a mature player and he has massive untapped potential. He comes out of a tricky situation with ease. He has a strong personality." But he was still lacking in certain areas such as fitness, as he could hardly endure a whole 90-minute game and would often fail in identifying what area of the pitch he was supposed to occupy, making his positional game look weak. However, Artur was still only 21 years old at the time, so the youngster had time to develop his game for next season. And he did. The 1920 season was definitely Artur's best season of football he had ever played, improving his positioning, carrying the ball successfully throughout the game and creating chances and shots for his colleagues to score, while controlling the midfield and the tempo of the game. In April 2020, rumours then started spreading that Melo was linked with a move to Juventus, but he tried to shut down the rumours by stating, "The interest of great clubs is flattering, but I have only one thing in mind, playing here for many years." But the Barcelona president also had one thing in mind: balance the books. Artur had a few injuries, and in accommodation with the rumours that were flying around, Bartomeu took this opportunity to basically force Artur out of the club and sold him to Juventus by making a swap and replacing him with Pjanic. Artur was then supposed to finish the season, but Bartomeu made it his mission to wind him up, so much so that Artur went to Brazil for a break, but decided not to return to Barcelona, burning all existing bridges with the club. At the end of a dramatic transfer window, Artur was headed off to the Serie A as the 39th most expensive football transfer of all time, and Bartomeu had Euro signs glistening in his eyes, 60 million to be exact. Wait, make sure you subscribe and like the video if you haven't already to grow this incredible community. Now, back to the video. But Italy wasn't his cup of tea. Throughout his 2 years at the club, he scored and assisted once and spent almost every other game on the bench or was out injured, and out of all the games that he could have played in those 2 seasons, only started 34 games, with his performance just continuously getting worse. Artur was not happy with his whereabouts, and in the January transfer market, he was already looking to go abroad, being particularly interested to move to London, more specifically the red part of North London, where Melo sent his agent to push for an Arsenal loan move, as he was keen for an 18-month deal to settle in the Premier League. However, the deal fell through, and surprisingly, even after all this information came to the public eye, Melo still played a few games for the Turin side. In the summer, Juventus then clearly started cutting ties with the Brazilian though, having not joined them on pre-season tour due to an injury. And just as the transfer window was about to close, Liverpool swooped in and signed Artur on loan for €4.5 million. And you probably know the rest. Artur played a total of 13 minutes for Liverpool throughout the season, which were against Napoli in the Champions League, a game they lost 4-1, and after being on the bench had to go through surgery. This has definitely been his worst season so far, and he addressed the criticism on Instagram by stating, "2022 was the hardest year of my life. A complicated football year, with many injuries, many criticisms that I had to listen to silently without at least having the opportunity to expose the truth, what was really happening, many sleepless nights because of the physical pain, many days inside from the hospital, the anguish of waiting for the medical report in hope that it wasn't something that could prevent me from doing what I love most, playing football. This is the year in which I took the most development as a football player to achieve my goals. 2022 was the year I dedicated the most off the field, trained the most, tried the most, and was the year I had most problems on the field." Now, his loan at Liverpool is up, and he has definitely stated that he is leaving after his 13-minute stint, and also not looking to return to Turin, as he finds himself in the same situation as he did 3 years ago, due to them looking to balance their books. So what's next for him? Well, so far there are offers and interests from all over the place. In the Premier League, Brighton, Aston Villa and Wolves have shown interest in the midfielder and are possible options for him. In addition to that, there have also been speculations of him moving to the Saudi Pro League to join Ronaldo, as well as current Ballon d'Or winner Benzema, and make enough money to last him a lifetime. Lazio in the Serie A have also expressed their interest, but would struggle to meet his salary demands. And finally, Artur has also been linked with a return to South America, where his boyhood club Grêmio would be interested in having him back, as well as Palmeiras have expressed their interest. Artur Melo can clearly compete with the best, as he demonstrated back in the 1920 season, yet he clearly lacks game experience now, and clubs are not eager to sign him, as he is seen as an uncertainty and liability due to his recurring injuries. What club do you think Artur Melo will be joining this summer? Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye!